Well guys, looks like the time has finally come. It's time to say goodbye to my XB. This car's been really nice. It looks small on the outside, but if you have ever sit in an XB, you know they're pretty roomy on the inside. I've done a little bit of work to it as far as putting cold air or a short round intake on it. It's lowered. I've had rims done on it, and I had gotten custom ducktail spoiler and a JDM mid-wing. Both of those are custom done, but for some reason it won't start anymore. It's got over 300,000 miles on it, which is pretty up there. I mean, it lasts me really long. I mean, heck, it's a Toyota. So I think officially today we're gonna say goodbye to the box, my 333. It's been fun. I've named it 333 since the day I got it. Even the license plate. Maybe I might try to fix it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Thought fuel issue. Thought maybe blown piston rings. I don't know. I'm gonna try to take it apart at some point, you know, and just try to figure it out. I mean, at this point, it's only probably worth $1,000 if that, and with it not running, maybe even less than that. You know. So, cool story. I've actually have a dream car that I've always wanted. So, or I should say dream features in the car I've always wanted. One, being a turbocharged car. Two, being an automatic turbocharged car. And three, being a sports trim edition of it. And by God's blessings, I was actually able to find it. Let's check it out, my new car. Guys, there it is, the 2014 Nissan Juke. It's the Nismo edition. You can tell because of the red accents all over, and the Nismo badge. Now it is an automatic, so it's got the CVT in it, not the manual, because I don't like driving manuals, and I want a nice car that I can drive around every day back and forth to work. It's my daily driver, so it's got to be comfortable. So, but hey, let's check it out. Get your ass up. Let's party. Alright guys, there you have it. Here it is, Nismo Nissan Juke. A lot of people give this car a lot of flack. They say it's ugly, you know, it stands out a lot, but hey, I'm quirky in that way. I like weird stuff. As you can see with my XB, A lot of people called those toasters for a while. So, you know, I like rear cars that stand out, little subcompact cars that you could do things with. I like to modify and customize my cars, and this is just one of those other adventures. I've never had a turbocharged car, so I'm going to be learning a lot of stuff about it to maintain it, keep it reliable. Like I said, it's going to be my daily driver. I planned on upgrading a lot of parts on it. Nothing too crazy because it is CVT and I don't want to damage it. But I have planned in my budget down the road to replace the CVT, because eventually they say this model that they made with the all-wheel drive tends to fail around 100,000 miles. This has 69,000 miles when I bought it. It was a huge blessing, because when my XB died, I just, for kicks and giggles, went ahead and searched this car, because it's always been on my mind. I was like, if I could get a car that was performance-wise, it would be the Juke. Let me just see what it would look like. First search result was this car. Only $14,000, 69,000 miles on it, right up the street, so I had to get it. It was a total blessing, and like I say, the whole purpose of this video is to track my vision with it. I want to do a couple mods to it, nothing too crazy, but here's the first mod I've done right now. Alright, first mod, I installed a brand new shifter. It's a samurai sword. This thing is nasty. It's so cool. You just push it down to release it. I like it. It's really unique. It matches the red accents in this car. This came on the car. It's an Alcantara, same feel as the rest of the car, and it protects this Alcantara that's on the steering wheel as it is. It's already beat up and raggedy, so when the previous owner had it, I'm sure he put this on there to stand out and kind of protect it. And so I replaced it for a newer one, a softer feeling one, so I like that. But like I said, the shifter, it was an easy swap out. You just got to undo a couple of screws on the back and underneath. There is a tab on it. You could pull the old one off, put this one on. It comes in 3 pieces: the shaft, the spring, and the samurai handle. And like I say, you just push it down and move it to wherever you need it to shift. Second mod I did was my eject button here. So, and it actually pushes in. That's so fun. So if you don't like what my music's playing, get on out. And then I added some Nismo carbon fiber cup holders, cup protection slot, you know, real carbon fiber in it. That's pretty neat there, and just slaps in here to keep your cup holders looking nice and neat. I did do one other mod. Let's head outside to check that out. All right, first mod that I've already done was probably the first week I got the vehicle, is I replaced the third brake light. Now this isn't a light right here, it's a reflector. That too was a reflector. This is a JDM model, or off to the Z's. Now this particular one is a reverse light, accessory light, and brake light. And what I had to do is wire it to the tail light. The wiring harness they sent with it was a little too short, so I had to add my own wires to get it up through there. It's a little bit of a challenge because this valance on the Nismos come bolted and clipped on, whereas the regular Juke models don't. And so getting that off without breaking it was a little bit of a chore, but we made it work. And I really like it because it stands out, it's different. Second mod I had done the first week of getting this car was I added hella horns to the engine here. You can kind of see them poking through. I like them a lot, and they're super loud. So that's really it, just those 3 mods, you know, the shifter, the light, and the horns. Now as far as real mods, let's look in here. It is turbocharged. I'm not going to do anything to the turbo, it's a small turbo, but what I would like to do is replace this intake system with a short ram intake. Then looking on, shout out to the Juke forums, by the way, is where I get all this information, because I would not know anything about this car. They said this right here, which is the blow-off diverter valve. I wanted to do a blow-off valve, but for this motor it's not necessary, so I'm gonna just do a more robust diverter valve, because this is plastic, and from what I've read up is it fails a lot. So we're gonna get a nice one for that, and then as well as the boost solenoid here. This fails a lot as well. It's cheap plastic as well, and they fail over time. And so I'm gonna get a new sensor for that. And then this part right here, which is your oil feed line on the turbo, those fail as well. It stops oil getting from to the turbo. So I'm gonna get a more robust system on that as well. Just to help the longevity of this, since it is my daily driver and I plan on keeping it a while. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I also got LED headlights. I'm not sure if you can see that, probably over here. I had LED headlights in there. And that's for these here. They're super bright. I'll show you a before and after picture right here. As you can see, the lights were like a yellowish amber color and hard to see, and so I swapped them out for a pure white LED. They don't look like they blind folks. I mean, the marker line, as you can see, is not high at all. I like them. They're bright enough. And so actually I think I might swap out the amber light and my gator light here to be the pure white as well. I'll keep the turn signal light amber, but this light here is just a light. So I think I might do a LED pure white for that so it all matches. But other than that, as far as major upgrades, I'm not doing anything to the turbo. I will replace the intercooler future, because the intercooler sits here. It's on the side of the radiator, and I'd like to get a bottom mount radiator intercooler, a front mount intercooler, to kind of help the airflow of the motor. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is, these motors don't have a transmission cooler. With it being a CVT, it really needs to have that. Now I'm not racing or running it hard, but to help the CVT, you got to do everything possible to prolong its life. So I'm gonna add a CVT cooler, and that's ordered as well. And so that's just gonna be my journey, guys. I'm gonna document all that stuff. I am by no means a mechanic. I do not work on cars, just my own personal cars. Everything I've done to my car, I've done myself. Did not take it to a shop, just garage wrenching, because I find that kind of stuff pretty fun. Now fixing stuff, that is not fun. So if you got something wrong with your car, I'm not the guy to call. Hope you guys enjoyed the journey. Like I said, I'll document all these parts I get, and we'll be learning together, you know. And these won't be how-to videos. This will just be, you know, fun videos. All right, with that, later guys.